Okay, hello everybody and welcome to Yawata City here in Kyoto Prefecture. And we are at one of the most famous cherry blossom viewing spots here in the Osaka-Kyoto area. And today I am at the Yodogawa河川公園背割堤地区. So it's a really long name. But basically this is a park here in Yodogawa. On the Yodogawa here in Yawata City, and as you can see there's a row of cherry blossoms going along that whole area over there. And I have never been here before because it's always super crowded, and I'm here today because it's a Wednesday afternoon and I hope the crowds will be a little less than a weekend. And also with the coronavirus, maybe the numbers will be a little bit lower, so we shall see. So I am here, as you can see on this sign. This is the Kizu River, and I'll be giving you some more information about the rivers very soon. But at first we're gonna go here. We're gonna go up that tower and see if we can get a really good view of the cherry blossoms right over there. And then after the view from the tower, we'll take a walk inside the cherry blossom area. So let's go and check it out. Okay, so I have some bad news, but they have closed that tower during cherry blossom season. So I assume they're trying to eliminate the crowds that would gather up at the top of the tower. Definitely a lot of people would be up there for the beautiful views of this park. So that has been closed until the cherry blossom season is over. So everything is kind of scaled down this year and last year as well. They're making a lot of announcements about social distancing and being careful. So again, this place is called Yodogawa河川公園. So the Yodogawa is the river, and I'm not sure how you would translate Kasen, but koen means park. So河川公園, and this is called the Sewaritei District, and I think a lot of people just refer to this as Sewaritei. And Chiku would be area. So you can see there's a wind blowing. The petals are coming down. It feels like it's kind of snowing. You see a lot of people down there having a picnic. So this is a super famous spot here in Kyoto Prefecture. You can see people are having professional photos done. Yeah, some people with some really high-tech cameras, video cameras recording. This is really beautiful. So actually this is kind of like a peninsula. I don't think it's quite an island, but it's kind of a peninsula that juts down. And so we got the Kizu River to the left over there. And I think this might be the Uji River right here to the right. And then just a little bit further down is the Katsura River. And then all three of these rivers come together at the end of this peninsula to form the Yodo River. And it flows all the way down into Osaka Bay. So these cherry blossom trees, there are a lot of different types, but this is the most famous, the classic. It's called the Somei Yoshino. And I believe there are about 220 of these trees. 220 Some Yoshino cherry blossom trees. And the length of this park is 1.4 kilometers, which is almost a mile. So it'd be about 0.8, 0.9 miles long. So it's a really long park with cherry blossoms on both sides. It's a really, really beautiful day. You can see down the Kizugawa there as it joins the Yodo River. So actually, I have another video where I went up to the top of that tower if you do want to see the view. I rode my bike from Hirakata over to Yawata. And I did a video about the bridges, the green tea of Kyoto. Of course, in that video, the cherry blossoms were not in bloom, so you can kind of compare, see what it looks like now to what it looked like back when I made that video. It'd probably be a totally different view. So I came here once during cherry blossom season a few years ago, and I came by bicycle, and I believe it was on the weekend, and it was just extremely packed. In fact, I didn't even come in. I just knew it was impossible to come in. There were helicopters flying over, it was just traffic backed up, and I could see the ground was just completely packed with people picnicking and things like that. So I just gave up. But this year it's manageable, or at least right now, today. You can see some more professional photos. So it's a really beautiful day today. In Fahrenheit, I think it's around low 70s, 72 maybe, 73. Which might be in the low 20s in Celsius, 22 maybe, 23. Maybe not quite 23. It looks like there are a lot of people here from other Asian countries. So of course right now it's extremely difficult to get into Japan. With the pandemic, Japan has pretty much locked up its borders, especially to tourists. So I assume the non-Japanese here would be residents like me. They live and work here. Just a picture perfect day. And yeah, they updated the website just this morning, and still officially it's at full bloom. But I would say maybe in the next day or two we can say it's past the peak. So really lucky to be here today to catch it. at full bloom on a beautiful day in the middle of the week when it's less crowded. So hopefully this video will bring you here with me and you can have the same feeling of being here. So it's a really nice park. You can see just they've got grassy areas on both sides going down. And I would say it's definitely safe to come here in a small group, to bring a blanket. As long as you're in a small group, I think it's quite easy to social distance here, just because the length of the park, like I said, is almost 1 mile, 1.4 kilometers. So it's enough space for people to really spread out. It's kind of funny, when I was coming in, there was a guy, obviously he had a picnic or something like that, and he had all of his trash in a bag, and I think he was actually leaving, but then he decided to come back in, maybe to try to find a trash can. And some of the security guys came up to him and they said, "There's no trash, you have to take it home with you." So yeah, that's kind of the expectation. You're free to come here and have a picnic, put down a blanket, but take your trash home with you. They don't even have trash cans here. So kind of interesting. Maybe in a lot of other countries, this place would just be trashed with if they didn't have any trash cans, people would just leave it out. So maybe in Japan, people are more used to carrying trash with them, taking it home. So again, we're in Yawata City, and if we look over here to the left, you can get a pretty good view. That's a small mountain over there, and that's called Otokoyama. Mount Otoko, which would be kind of like Boys Mountain in English, I guess. But I did a video where I went to the top. I rode the cable car up to the top of the mountain over there, and there's a really important shrine called Iwashimizu Hachimangu. And so if you're interested in seeing that, definitely check it out. It's a very important Hachimangu, one of the top 3 in all of Japan. And it's kind of hard to see, there's a tree right here in the way, but just on the other side there's also another mountain over there. And that mountain is, I think, Tennoyama, but kind of like the Emperor's Mountain, I guess. Let's see some more professional photos. Yeah, it's so photogenic. It's kind of hard to take a bad picture, especially on a day like this with the cherry blossoms in full bloom. Beautiful blue sky. So Yawata City is definitely kind of a place that's overlooked, especially by international tourists, maybe local Japanese, no? but it's kind of sandwiched between Kyoto and Osaka, so you just kind of skip everything in the middle. But if you actually get off in Yawata, you can see some of the green tea, some famous bridges. Of course, these rivers and the shrine. It's just kind of a lot to see. It's much more peaceful than being in Osaka or Kyoto. Yeah, there's a good view of the mountain right there. So I think it's Tenno-san in Japanese. Yeah, and there's a pretty good view. I believe that is the Uji River, which flows from Uji. And I also went to Uji and made a video there, and you can see another good view of the Uji River and the Uji Bridge, which is one of the oldest bridges in Japan. Gorgeous day. So I think we'll just walk this out all the way to the very end. Of course, if you're getting bored, feel free to turn it off. So this is also a nice park even when the cherry blossoms are not in bloom. And when the cherry blossoms are not in bloom, this place is pretty much empty. Good place to have a picnic, just spend a day outside. Could be wedding photos down there. So of course in Japanese culture these cherry blossoms represent spring is starting, and actually tomorrow, April 1st, will be the beginning of the new fiscal year. So a lot of people start a new job, or they finish their job, they transfer, start a new life. Maybe they graduate in March from high school or university, and then starting April 1st, either they enter a new school, enter university, start a new job. So it's really, it'll happen tonight at midnight, I guess. The new fiscal year begins. And so it's kind of like hitting the reset button, starting fresh. It's new beginnings. So you can see just how long this park is. And all these cherry blossoms, as I said, about 220. And they're not all bunched together. You can see there's quite a bit of space between each tree. This is really, really nice. I'd highly recommend it to anybody visiting this area at this time of the year. So I just passed a marker. It said we are officially exactly 36 kilometers from Osaka Bay, from where the river flows into the bay. Okay, I think we got about 200 meters left. I just passed over a marker really quickly. That was 1,200 meters, 200 meters to go. So we're getting close to the end here. So maybe these videos feel a little long or boring at some times. The idea of these videos is just to kind of put you here on the ground in Japan with me. And so of course you're free to turn it off at any time, but if you want to get the full experience and really immerse yourself here in Japan, that's what these videos are for. You can really see the petals flying away, the wind carrying the petals away. So here around Yawata, along these rivers, there's so many cycling routes, and they're very well made, well signposted, and especially if you want to just get away from the traffic and the noise and be in nature. These cycling routes are really, really good. Highly recommended. It's a really big tree. So yeah, I think I can see the end coming up very soon. Lots of petals. This is it. There it is. That's a pretty good view looking back. Okay, so I think that's about it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little walk here in Yawata City. Again, Sewaritei District. And this is the Yodogawa河川Park. So anyway, one of the famous places here in Kyoto Prefecture to watch to see the cherry blossoms. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please subscribe and leave a comment down below. Please click like. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you thought. Did you like it? Or is there anything that you want to see here in Japan? So please let me know, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Okay, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so I'm going to add on a little extra footage here at the very end, but as you can see, that's where the walkway ends, and that's where I finished the video. Then I came down these stairs, and because of coronavirus, they don't want you to go back. So they're having all the traffic go in one direction. So you start at the end, you come all the way down here to this end, then you come down the stairs, and then you can either go right and go back that way, as you can see those people over there, or you can follow this path. You can come down and turn left and follow this path over here. So again, that's where the tree is there. But I came down those stairs and I turned left, and this is the view that I had. And it was just absolutely breathtaking. I did not expect this kind of view. It is absolutely gorgeous. Wow. And again, the contrast of the green grass and these cherry blossoms is just absolutely beautiful. And the blue sky. Just the colors are so vibrant today. And then the petals. The wind is blowing in this direction, so all the petals are coming out right here. Wow, this is absolutely magical. Wow, it's like it's snowing. Wow, unbelievable. Okay, so I think that gives you a pretty good idea. I assume the view will be pretty much the same from here all the way back. Again, 1.4 kilometers, about 0.9 miles one way, and then turn around and go back and do the same. But I really like this. You get two different perspectives. The one walking along the path between the two rows of trees, and then you got this perspective over here, so you can see it from the outside as well. So, wow, just absolutely beautiful. Beautiful day, beautiful weather, catching the cherry blossoms here with full bloom. So anyway, again, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, thank you so much. See ya. Okay, so it's getting a little bit later in the afternoon, and the sun's coming in from a different angle. Just want to give you one more look here from the side. And again, the wind's blowing the petals in this direction. It's just a really, really beautiful view, even here from the side. So you can see as far as the eye can see. Just these really beautiful cherry blossoms in full bloom. So there it is, one final look here from the side. This beautiful afternoon. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll end the video right here. Thank you so much. See you next time.